Yo, yo, yo. Yo, yo, yo. I don't know where the sound coming from. Yo. Yo. I want to know how sound coming from the capture card. Something not set up right. Yo, yo, yo. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Yo. I don't know how that sound where it's coming from or what. In fact, that's why it ain't coming from that. But I almost got the mic plugged in. Now let's see. This is the mic plugged in. Make sure this is where our sound coming from. Mic all the way down. There we go, mic all the way up. Alright, yep, mic up now. And I gotta move this light. Let's get to it. Put our black out. Still going straight black. I'll try to crank us an hour or 2 out on this. That's gonna make it 5 hours in on this piece. We're using that Bishop. The Bishop wine, 3.5 stroke. This is at 7.7. So we plan on going to 7.820. Put at least an hour, 2 hours into the tap. Straight black ink. Darkening up some of these shadows. Using the edge of the 7 curve mag. The top up here is gonna be way darker. As it come down, that's like a lighter tone, so it looks like a 3-tone sweater. I already kind of mapped out the bottom. Now I need to know how dark for sure I'm gonna go with this top layer. And as we go down, I could darken up a little bit the middle row. And that bottom row gonna stay pretty light. I'm probably gonna still brush across it to smooth it out a little bit more. Tap it down. Everybody day coming along. Appreciate you for sharing, Kimberly. Mm-mm. And the whole time we shading the turtleneck, we definitely trying to go with the curves of the turtleneck. As it comes out, I'm trying to go flat motions, top, more curved motions. Yes, it's all about following the structure. And it definitely make a difference. You'll know when it make a difference when you draw on paper. When you just draw that direction. But separate the lines a little bit, and then as you start to build them up, you'll see it's actually creating a shape without even trying to, like, create that shape. Let's do practice on paper with a, circle, cylinder, whatever shape. And make them lines. It all builds up. Building up the shadow behind the neck onto the turtleneck. Like I said, we still start out soft, push across, and then once we check out our tone, we'll definitely come back, press off that neck a little bit darker. But it's gonna take a couple of passes on some fake skin, especially not applying no pressure to keep everything consistent and smooth. So you definitely keep track of them passes. That's how you hitting that skin. And you know how fast it's gonna get dark. And guess what? That's when you decide to wipe away. And chances when I do wipe away, it still don't be like as dark as it be looking. But at least I know for sure. Okay, they got some tone there. Yeah, that's barely there. It sometimes make you feel like you're wasting your time, but keep on building up. Keep on building up. Don't be in a rush. Take your time. The one thing about a tattoo, you could try to rush it, but once it's too dark, ain't no going back from there. So I tell everybody I'd rather go too light than too dark. Too light could easily be touched up, fixed up. Too dark? Nah. Just gotta live with that. And I said once before, when it's going too dark, you pretty much gotta darken up your whole tattoo in order to kind of compensate for that one black spot. Once it heal up and you want it to be soft and you got this one black hard spot, that destroy the whole piece right there. You gotta make it look intentional or something. That means you got to darken up around the neck. You gotta do something like that to kind of, make it feel like it's welcome there. And not stand out like a sore thumb. What's up? What's up? Appreciate you hopping in. Just make sure that we good and volume on here. I'm about to hop on this Twitch to make sure you can hear me. What up, Michano? Appreciate it. Became #1 fan in the fan club. Appreciate that. How you doing? How your day coming along? I'm on here, but God said you can hear me. I'm on here, but okay, yeah, you can hear me. So we good. Just got off work. For sure. So yeah, just a little day, huh? I'm gonna put a little time on this, and I'm going to work at home. So I'm trying to get a good hour or two. Cause I ain't been messing with this for a minute. Been mostly just tagging, doing other stuff. Time to get back. And I really like started this, got 3 hours in like in November. And I had left it alone. Cause I guess we had a couple of trips to go on. Dang, man. You have to give me some cough drops or something. Cause I'm like, the cough just came out of nowhere. What kind of work you do there?
It's that time of the year for colds.
Yeah, it is that time. But that weather been crazy. It been cold around here, then it get hot. I think I'm gonna get some Mucinex though, cause it just felt like cold, like in my throat.
Something temporary until I can get into tattooing myself.
Oh, you trying to get into tattooing? Definitely. All it take, no lie, bro. It's just time you put in, you know. So I say right now, even if you got a family, it's just gonna be tough, but it's just more sacrifice when you got a family. So with all that extra time that we might have, we just gotta put into tat and practicing. And I ain't gonna say it's easy, cause that sacrifice, yeah, it'll pay off. But you know, you just gotta put that, you know, sacrifice forward. Put that time in the beginning, and you're gonna be tatting in no time. Easiest way to start tatting. I tell people all the time, easiest way, focus on lines. A lot of people focus on shading, all this other extra stuff, and try to learn all this at one time. Man, focus on line work. Get your lines clean. Clean lines, you could pay the bills with that. Small tattoos, majority, I'd say 90% of tattoos in the whole world probably consist of some kind of line work. Cause like I think realism and all that, that's probably fit in that 10%. But 90% of all tats got some line work. So you could do names, butterflies, which people get that kind of stuff all the time. So if you got clean lines, you could do all those small tattoos. And guess what? Small tattoos, you'll rack you up some money. And actually, small tattoos will rack you up some money more than like bigger tattoos, because you'll do way more smaller tattoos in a day versus that one big tattoo. So don't sit it out, you know. Keep in mind, line work is where it's at.
I have to take more art classes. I keep it simple right now.
Yep. And that's the main way to do, take it simple. And you say, by you saying you got to take more art class, I'm guessing you don't really draw as much. Because if you don't draw as much, then yep, simple is the way to go. Start tracing, getting that line work down, because you really don't need to know how to draw. Yeah, you don't need to know how to actually draw when you're doing that line work. So yep, keep it simple. Trace some stuff, keep some lines straight. Get on the fake skin, tat yourself, whatever. Boom. And once some lines all the way down, you good to go start tattooing, no lie. And you can always start learning the shade and all that coming behind it once you're making your braid, you know. But yep, just gotta stay dedicated to it. Yeah, it's really simpler than you think. And that's just like anything though. Like driving a car. You probably wasn't a professional when you first started driving,
I
but
draw anime and cartoons.
oh, anime and cartoons. Okay. Well, yeah. So anime and cartoons, you should be definitely doing line work in your drawings. So that should definitely help you out. Do them line work, make sure they clean. Don't just do no little basic lines. Go back and clean them up, crisp them edges, and all that's gonna roll over into once you actually start tattooing. That hard work gonna definitely pay off. It ain't for nothing, best believe me. Yeah, 'cause it's all like one and the same, no lie. It's good when you got that art background.
I want to get into the realism pieces.
And like I said, it's a lot more work when getting into realism, but first make sure you could do realism on like paper or something like that, drawing it. Because if you really can't draw it, you ain't gonna understand like where the shadows go, how to actually mimic that image. Especially on skin, if it's dark skin, you gotta know where to put them shadows at. Cause you can't do them exactly the same because it's gonna be way too dark on that skin tone. Light skin, you still gotta know where to put some of them shadows at where it ain't too dark and it's gonna heal properly. So that's our job as an artist to know how it's actually gonna heal and putting those tones in the right spots. But one thing I'll say about that though, it takes a lot of work. It's not even a lot of work. It's just learning the smooth shading because the whole tattoo be pretty much 100% shading. Maybe I'll say 99.9% shading. Like somewhere around the glasses, I might use my liner, but I'm still actually shading the tattoo. I'm not hitting no hard lines. And that's one thing that's not in realism. And you could think about it, when you look in real life, there's no lines. It's shapes that structuring stuff out of car, shadow, how the light hit the building, you know, it ain't no hard lines. Yep, you're gonna eventually get there to keep putting in that work. What kind of stuff you see yourself tatting on when you start getting into the realism? You already got some ideas or you gonna go another route? You know, some people do realistic flowers, they tend to stick with it. Some people do other things. The mythology pieces, anime. Even though anime not realistic, but some people still tat it with a feel of realism. Those that really do the color really do that the most.
I finally got into a shop. The day I am supposed to start, my boss catches a DV and the shop's closed.
Oh, you
Turning
serious?
the anime into realistic type.
That's crazy work right there. The day you were supposed to get in the shop, and that's what happened, huh? So the shop been closed. That's crazy work. Yep, young MJ. So what you found another shop now? Like what you thinking about? Yeah, 'cause that's crazy right there for that to happen at that specific time, huh? I guess it's, you know, better to happen
I
than
am
a
dead serious. Since November. Now I have to find another one.
dang since November. Well, whatever you do, don't stop practicing. You know, you can practice at home, do whatever. But the minute you stop using them talents, you will lose it. Get a little rusty. So that's a true thing right there. I believe that. When they say you don't use it, you lose it. Like even if like a driver, like you could drive, you ain't gonna never lose it. But say if you, for example, you was like hitting racetracks, but you ain't been hitting the racetrack in three months, like you gonna be a little rusty. You ain't gonna probably be rusty on just driving in general.
Every time I take a break, for some reason I come back way better. I don't know how.
Oh, you say you come back better. Oh, that's interesting then. You must not be talking about like a regular long break away from art.
Sometimes I need to readjust my approach.
Well, yeah, like just that little break probably. Yeah, that ain't much. But I'm just saying, if you like not using it at all, not thinking about it.
What up, brother?
What's good? What's good? How's it coming along? Hmm.
Where you buy this big practice skin from?
This the one on the one I'm using is Pound of Flesh. I think I got this one from the tattoo convention. I think I own both of them. Yeah, both of the Pound of Flesh that I got from a tattoo convention. But you could just look on their website, most likely. I've been trying all kinds of different skins. I still gotta try my real skin. But so far my top one, so I'll say Pound of
That's
Flesh.
hard how much I want for.
Oh, you talking the skin? The skin be like what it was, $30? 25, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they were like 25, 30, 40, something. It was in that price range because it's a small one. And that's all I needed was one to like, mess around with, not do nothing big on. Dun 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 dun. Appreciate the follow there, GY, G7. Need to give me a water. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What skin do you use?
Give me a little less water. Get back to it. Ah.
At Selfless, he been trying different ones.
You said, what skin do you? No, I said it's the pound of flesh. I use different ones too. Addictive Gear, they got the real skin. I ain't tried real skin yet, but I tried true skin. Oh, that was you responding to that? Appreciate it. Yeah, I just been testing them out, see which ones, like what's the difference between them. But I could tell you all the premium brands, it's definitely been better than the Amazon budget. The budget friendly ones. But so far I think pound of flesh just feel like it's like one of the softest. Feel like the ink goes in the same, but it's soft. And it could be because of this Bishop. Maybe the Bishop is soft itself. It's hit soft. Give me some more A&D ointment out. Man, this thing just rolling all wherever it want to go at, huh? She been to roll straight off the desk.
Emotional damage.
Appreciate the file, appreciate the share. What up, Hugo? And mostly doing this whole process, because I'm only using the 7 curve mag bug pen. Gotta use that edge, because by this one being way smaller, definitely gotta use that edge. You can't really get that full 7 stroke out of it. This ain't gonna be as detailed. That's why I'm using the 7 as long as I could until I switch over. I know it's a matter of time. I'm gonna switch over either to that 3 round or 7 round liner. I got a feeling it's gonna be the 7 round liner though, because 3 round you probably need that like for the glasses. So we'll see. 7 or 3. But we got time before we might need to think about that. I might get some detail in the turtleneck, but I ain't thinking about it as I'm not using this mag as long as I could. Keep things soft. With that liner, sometimes you can hit it the wrong way and you can tell it's looking like lines. That mag gets stuff real smooth for you. Even though you like feathering little lines in, but it's definitely gonna be way more smoother. And you can capture that texture a little bit better too. And there ain't gonna be no hard little spots or specks into the hoodie. You know, that top layer definitely the darkest, because it's a 3-tone coat. So yeah, that top, well, not coat, turtleneck. So that top layer is the dark. That's why I'm definitely working on this more. Build up them tones, get a nice deep darkness. That's where you know for sure at the bottom be how light we gonna go. At first I kind of built up all of it first, but now I'm kind of working on most of this top row, getting that structured out. Well, you know, I don't think it matters which way you decide to work on it. You can build up all lights. It's all about what's more comfortable to you. And just so I don't have to keep going up and down, that's why I just started catching myself working on that top row. So we're realistic, that the printer back and forth, that's the style I try to approach it at. Especially on like, real skin. Cause you don't want them to start swelling up. I ain't gonna touch none of that. Like right now I'm touching it, but I make sure I finish this area up. But I ain't gonna work on the whole thing and then start working on the top row. And because that bottom row gonna get swole, sore. So by the time you come back to finish it up, nope, it's gonna be hurting and pain. Ooh, ooh. And you see now on this second row, how that turtleneck it fades out as it gets towards that edge, because that bottom row on this side is way more light. Just like how the edge is right here, it's gonna be like completely kind of gone. But that middle row gonna be real soft. And I say keeping that balance of the needle, make sure you hitting that skin consistently at that same depth, and not like pressing in certain areas. And that's why I use that pink. I tell y'all before, that kick stain. And sometimes like bigger pieces, by this being small, I'm definitely using that, pink as that kick stain. If it was bigger, I'd plant my whole hand and just, probably brush across it. But that's why I say for tight areas, I definitely tend to use that pink. It's a natural thing to give me more, control, more stability. And what you plant that pinky, you just working kind of right off that pinky. You ain't really moving that pinky, but you kind of rotating that wrist. And make sure you stay light, no pressure. The machine gonna do all the work. He said, ask me how I know. Because I've been there. Definitely used to be that person applying that pressure on the skin. Think that's gonna make it a lot easier for the ink to go in the skin, which in some cases it does. But realistic, nah. You need as many layers as you could possibly get to continue to build up them layers on that skin. You apply that pressure, you definitely not getting all them layers in. Skin gonna be open, it's gonna be done with. You gotta leave it alone before you overwork it. You heard me? What up, Brooke? Jorge. Oh, that's George. Jorge. Dun, dun, dun. Let me move this off here. Yes, sir. Keep them clean. Now I'm just brushing across, trying to fill in some of this space without going too dark.
Emotional damage.
Appreciate the follow. Welcome in, welcome in. Play bar. Now, cause this gonna be super light, I'm gonna just brush across, and then we're gonna add like a couple of shadows.
Finna start padding as well.
Oh yeah? When you starting? You already be drawing?
I've been practicing.
Like practicing drawing or like practicing tats? Like, do you already got that foundation down of art? Cause it definitely help you, goes a long way. Even though you could, kind of pick up some stuff without that foundation, but you're gonna need to build up to that foundation. With your art background, you pretty much already got that foundation. Not too much to build up on. You solid. I tell people that all the time, it's always good to have that art background. Not saying everybody need it, you could learn it, but if you already got it, your process will be a lot easier, a lot faster. Cause the basics, that's
Cass
some.
and I used to draw a lot.
Oh, you say you used to draw a lot? Oh, so you tatted and you used to draw. Okay, so what made you stop tatting? So you saying you tatted people before? Correct? Making sure I'm right. But you about to be getting back to it. And it's crazy because a lot of people, like, they getting out of tattooing these days. I don't know. Like, slow time's always been there. I don't see why they quitting now, God, it seems somebody else post something like that. They changing their career, they retiring from the tats, which, it's good to get away from, but not for those reasons. Because it's been the same, it ain't been no different this year than it's been any other year. To some people it has, but to me it really hasn't. It's been the same. It actually gets a little more busier. I guess maybe because I'm been doing my own thing, but it got more busy over the years during slow times. At first in shops, Lord, slow time used to be slow time. You hear me? You got, especially if you're in a shop with like 5, 6 people, you gonna see 1, 2 people come in, and the rest of the artists probably ain't doing nothing the whole day. That used to be the days I used to just paint in the shop, you know. I used to go out if I needed some bread. I used to go out and sell some stuff, you know. You gotta be a hustler. I'm a hustler, baby. I just want you to know it ain't what happened. Where I'm about to go. Same song back, been around the world. That dance with girls. The club amnesia.
You can draw me a logo. It's simple.
Now see, if you say it's simple, I'd say just use ChatGPT. Cause like if it's simple, you know, I done help people draw something like simple logos. But really these days with AI, it's like it's a lot more easier, I guess. You just need your concept, like what you're going for. Let me straighten my posture. I'm over here just sitting with bad posture like I ain't been working on. Oh yeah, I know. You could send me a message and I'll let you know. Like if it's simple, yeah, I could have time to do it. But if like you said, if it's detailed or something, then yeah, I probably ain't gonna have the time to really make it happen. But you know, it depends on what it is. I say message it over to me. I know logos could take some real thought, you know. Before AI in there, that stuff like, man, logos could take some time. I used to just draw them up, constantly drawing and drawing and drawing. Like my logo that I'm about to be doing for the shop, it's super simple, but I still draw it a whole different time, bunch of time. See which one look best, which one you want to go with. I just want you to see. About to be approaching that 1 hour mark. First squawk. Oh, I've been watching that scene that Stranger Things. Demi Gordon.
Emotional damage.
Appreciate the follow. Thank you for all the follows. What's up? What's up? Crash out. Oh. My neck and my back. Oh. And time is passing. I guess I'm gonna just be putting an hour in the day. And we got about 6 more minutes till we hit that first hour. And I'll just be going off of the time on here. But really, if I'm just counting time, yeah, probably definitely been over an hour. Even when like tattoo sessions, I feel like this time be definitely off by an hour or something. Barry Gordy. Mm-mm-mm. Let me see if I can switch over to the 11 curve mag for this area. By being way bigger.
What up this for?
What's good? What you there, folk? How's it coming along?
Cooling hard as a refrigerator.
Oh, the refrigerator, huh? Appreciate it. The refrigerator, though. I'm gonna wipe this down to see if this is giving any different textures.
I don't want to knock your work, but I think the collar need a little more work.
Color for sure. Oh yeah. Best believe you. Oh, you said a collar. Oh yeah. We ain't done with the collar yet. I thought you said a color. You good, fo? We not done yet. We just getting an hour in the day, but we still gotta come back and tighten up, darken this top layer, all that. But I ain't gonna go no further than this area though. I think we gonna take a little about. This gonna be what, 6 hours? We probably gonna take another 3 hours on that collar. I appreciate that feedback, you know. Ain't no such thing as knocking the work, especially if it's like constructive, you know what I'm saying? Cause I don't be entertaining the trolls. I'm always trying to grow. So if you see something that I could grow with, even if you see it on the page, go comment, you know. I appreciate it.
Yeah, that's what I didn't want you to think that I was trolling.
Yeah, nah. Saying the collar need more work ain't trolling. The people that be trolling, they just come straight through and be like, "Oh, that's trash." Like, bro, it's a whole undone piece. How you gonna say it's trash? You know what I'm saying? You don't know what the finished product look like. And they don't be having nothing else to say but it's trash. That's trolling. Oh yeah, definitely. If it's something I could use, I'm definitely using it. Might hit a little bit of this shirt before I call it that hour done for the day. Yep, we just hit that hour mark. So we now been on this piece for 6 hours. So since this one a bit smaller, I'm thinking about 25 hours we might could be done with the whole thing. But then you never know, because if it take me 40 hours like it took the bigger ones, it's crazy. But you know, you surprise yourself. My thing's gonna be less time. But the smaller something is, sometimes it requires way more detail. So them spots are a lot tighter.
Is fake skin tougher than real skin?
Oh, yep, 100%. I just made a video on that. Fake skin is definitely tougher than real skin because it takes a while for this stuff to accept the ink. But, you know, it also teaches you how to get more smooth shades, how to be more patient when you layering in shades, how to get better transitions. So it's all about, you know, technique building on fake skin. So by the time you hit real skin, it's 100% easier, no lie. So this takes away any of the thought process of guessing on real skin, because you already know how you're going to approach it by messing with these fake skins. Whichever method you want shade with, crosshatch and pendulum, you know what I'm saying, this is where you get comfortable at. And then on real skin, you know exactly how to execute.
So practicing on one piece on the fake skin might take 6 hours plus?
No, practicing on the fake skin, one piece could take 40 hours. This one's small, so I said it might take a little less than 40 hours. But yeah, that's because it's realistic. If it was something that was basic, yeah, it could take 6 hours. Easily, maybe an hour, just a name or something like that. Have you seen the other fake skins I've done? I did a Funny Mike, and I did a, whatever the name is, Bill Murray. I believe I posted it on TikTok, not sure. But I'm gonna show them before I get up off here.
Oh no, Ian, see them.
Oh, you ain't see them? Okay. So once I catch this cone, I'm gonna go grab the other ones. But this is like my third portrait on fake skin. And I'm gonna show you how the other ones came out. They came out pretty good. And I kinda approached it the same way. And I might just go ahead and stop now, because I don't want this to, we 4 minutes over our 1 hour. And I be forgetting about that 4, so I just go for a whole nother hour. And by me keep doing that over time, I've been added a whole nother hour on there, but I still just be going with the estimates.
I am thinking on doing tattoos before I get out of HS.
That'll be fire right there. Cause if you like really get locked in with some tats while you in high school, learning them on techniques, the skill building and all that, oh yeah, you're gonna be money making, you know, by the time you finish high school. And no lie, I got into it right around high school, but I was like about to be graduating.
How much do artists make a year?
Depends on which I would say depends on like your locations and stuff like that. But I think when I first started out, it was close to probably about 30,000. Like, but my very first year, it probably wasn't 30,000. Probably was like 25,000. But as you build it up, you could go from 50,000 to 80,000 to even 150,000. Depends on the location. Like I said, California and all that, they price crazy, but they also still got $30,000 artists out there. So it all depends on how you putting yourself out there. One thing I would say about that, if you worry about the money, don't worry about the money part, because I done met artists, I done worked with artists that done charge $300 for a small tattoo, but yet they might doing that $300 every 2-3 times a week, and you doing small tattoos at 100 or 50, you been to made 2,500. Meanwhile, they only made 1,000. So you can't really worry about, you know, that money part of it. Like I said, small tattoos are definitely, all you need is $300. I think it was $325 a day, and that's 6 days a week, and that's 100K. You know what I'm saying? 100K, that's all it take. Yeah, you can make it a primary job, because actually tattooing is my primary job. Now I say when you starting out, I wouldn't say make it your primary job, especially if you got like bills and stuff. But if you ain't got nothing going on, put that time in, and guess what? You're gonna be a 100K artist or more in no time. Like, it took me, I've been doing this 13 years now before I realized and started paying attention to my numbers. Once I got in my own shop, but when I was in other shops, yeah, I wasn't even thinking about it. So this was the very first one I did on fake skin. No, this ain't the very first portrait I did. That Bill Murray. Pretty cool, but this was the second one I did after the Bill Murray. Now mind you, I don't know how long Bill Murray took, Bill Murray definitely could have took over 45 hours. But I know for sure I timed this one and it took me about 42 hours. Yep. And I think I could see like some progress. But you know, Funny Mike was a blurry picture. So of course he ain't had all the details and stuff like that. But I did create details like for waves and stuff like
yeah,
that.
That's why I am here. That Funny Mike right eye couldn't went better.
Oh, you said yeah? Oh yeah, this is why I'm here. Oh yeah? You said the right eye?
But they still raw though.
Yeah, I don't know. I think somebody else told me something about the right eye or something, but you know, I said it always could be better. You know, art always got room to grow, and that's one thing I tell everybody. You know, you can always grow.
Yeah, they not symmetrical.
Yep, that's damn symmetrical. I don't know that. Cause when going off that stencil, maybe you know, like you said, people ain't perfect. You know, maybe they just ain't symmetrical in general.
What do you specialize in?
I'll say portraits. Realistic. I try to definitely put more time into that realistic. I'm definitely about to start on focusing on some more color work. So maybe I'll start doing like not portraits, but yeah, it could be portraits too. Like color portraits or color realistic work. Well, yep, I might be getting off for the day since we got, what, 6 hours in now. I did 1 hour at first. And I probably did 2 hours when I first started in the corner. Then I did probably about another 2 hours to get me this area. So that's 5, right? Yeah. So 2. What? Am I calculating that right? Cause I know the last video I seen it said we was 3 hours in. So no, I'm wrong. So this make 4 hours. All the work that's on here, I think it make about 4 hours, 4 hours and a half. I don't know where I get 6 from. But yep, so that's 4 hours in right there. So that's 4 hours. The way I kind of calculated, like okay, 4, 8. So that's 8 right there. So it could be 16, 20 hours. That bush gonna take some time. That's why I say I shouldn't be on it no longer than 25 hours, 25 hours. But yep, so I still gotta go back over that.
I just DM'd you my logo design. It's simple, gang. That
Yeah.
hair gon' take forever.
Yeah, that hair definitely gonna take forever. Cause it don't got all them textures in it too. Like I said, I gotta make that top row, or that turtleneck. Gotta make that way darker. So we still got a lot of work to definitely do on that sweater. But yep, appreciate y'all hopping in. We about to be off. I'm about to get up out of here. Peace out, peace out. Peace out, chat. What up, Antonio? What up, what up? Let me show the record, how far we got so far. And it's 4 hours in. And I'm about to record that, so I know it's 4 hours in. And that's the progress we made today. Progress we made for the day, 4 hours in. You can tell we spent way more time over here because look how more saturated and solid that is. Versus this, I kind of brushed my way around. But yep, I'm going to get back to it. Peace out.